The Otedola bribery scandal, the day Nigeria's corruption was caught on camera. January 2012. Nigeria is on fire. Millions of ordinary Nigerians are in the streets, angry, hungry, desperate. The government has just removed the fuel subsidy, the one thing that kept petrol prices affordable for the poorest people in Africa's richest oil-producing nation. And while those millions are marching and crying and dying in the streets, inside a quiet hotel room in Abuja, a Nigerian lawmaker sent to investigate the corruption that caused the crisis is collecting a briefcase containing $500,000 in cash. And someone is filming every single second of it. How does a country with some of the largest oil reserves on Earth have citizens who cannot afford to fuel their generators? How does a nation earn billions from oil every single year and have nothing to show for it in hospitals, schools, or roads? And how does the very man chosen to investigate that question end up being the answer to it? This is the story of the Otedola bribery scandal. The day Nigeria's corruption didn't just get exposed, it got caught on camera. And what happened next will tell you everything you need to know about how power really works in this country. To understand the scandal, you first need to understand the fuel subsidy. Nigeria is one of the largest oil producers in the world. But here is the painful irony. Nigeria has almost no refining capacity. It exports crude oil, then imports refined fuel. And because imported fuel is expensive, the government subsidizes the cost so ordinary Nigerians can afford it. Between 2009 and 2011, the fuel subsidy budget exploded from 300 billion naira to over 2 trillion naira, a 600% increase in just 2 years. Government economists and international organizations started asking the same question: where exactly is all this money going? A House of Representatives investigation would eventually reveal the answer. Oil marketers, some of the wealthiest and most connected business people in Nigeria, had been stealing from the subsidy fund on a scale that defied imagination. Some companies submitted the same vessel of petroleum products multiple times to claim multiple payments, a fraud called round-tripping. Others claimed payments for fuel that was never imported at all. The total amount stolen from the Nigerian people was estimated at an almost incomprehensible figure: 2.6 trillion naira, approximately $6.8 billion gone. In January 2012, as nationwide protests paralyzed Nigeria, the House of Representatives established an emergency committee to investigate the fuel subsidy fraud. The man chosen to lead it was Honorable Farouk Lawan, a respected lawmaker from Kano State with a reputation for fighting corruption. He was seen as the perfect choice, incorruptible, principled, the man Nigeria needed in its darkest moment. The Lawan Committee worked fast. Within months, they had produced a devastating report, naming dozens of oil companies that had defrauded the subsidy fund. One of the companies on the list was Zenan Petroleum and Gas, owned by one of Nigeria's most powerful billionaires, Femi Otedola. Otedola claimed his company had been falsely included on the list. He tried to reach Lawan to discuss it. What happened in those meetings would end careers, shock a nation, and land in a court of law. According to Otedola, Lawan didn't just listen to his complaint. Lawan saw an opportunity. The lawmaker allegedly demanded a staggering $3 million to remove Zenan's name from the committee's final report. When Otedola refused to pay that amount, the demand was eventually reduced. Otedola made a decision that took extraordinary courage or extraordinary calculation, depending on who you ask. He contacted the Department of State Security, and together they set up a sting operation. In a hotel room in Abuja with hidden cameras rolling, Femi Otedola handed Farouk Lawan a briefcase containing $500,000 in cash. The first installment of the demanded bribe. Lawan took the money, counted it, and left. The camera caught everything. When the story broke, Nigerian newspapers exploded. The man sent to investigate corruption had been caught accepting a bribe. On camera, the irony was so complete, so perfectly Nigerian, that it almost defied belief. But here is a twist that most Nigerians never fully processed. Farouk Lawan was charged, prosecuted, and eventually convicted. He received a 7-year prison sentence. Femi Otedola, the man who gave the bribe, faced no charges whatsoever. He cooperated with the prosecution, was celebrated in some quarters as a hero for exposing corruption, and continued building his business empire. In Nigeria, as in most of the world, it is not always the corrupt who go to prison. Sometimes it is only the ones who got caught on someone else's camera. The ones who gave the bribe walked free. The system that made the bribe necessary in the first place remained completely untouched. While Farouk Lawan was counting $500,000 in a hotel room, somewhere in Nigeria, a child was studying by candlelight because there was no electricity. Somewhere, a mother was choosing between food and medicine because her salary hadn't been paid. Somewhere, a young graduate was wondering why the most oil-rich nation in Africa couldn't give him a future worth living for. The $6.8 billion stolen from the fuel subsidy fund was not just money. It was hospitals that were never built, roads that were never fixed, schools that were never equipped, futures that were never possible. Every dollar stolen from that fund was stolen directly from the most vulnerable people in Nigeria. And the people who stole it, most of them, are still free, still wealthy, still powerful, still appearing at state functions and religious ceremonies and political rallies, still being celebrated, still being obeyed. That is not just corruption. That is a system working exactly as it was designed to work, for some people, against everyone else. The Otedola bribery scandal ended with one man in prison and a nation still bleeding. The fuel subsidy fraud was real. The stolen billions were real. The poverty it created was real. But the system that made it all possible, the one where the powerful investigate each other, protect each other, and ultimately answer to nobody, that system is still very much in place. One question remains. If a billionaire needed a hidden camera and a sting operation to expose one lawmaker, who exactly is exposing all the others? Next week on The Silent Mentor, we go deeper into Nigeria's oil curse. The full story of how the discovery of oil in Nigeria made the rich richer and the poor poorer, and why the people sitting on top of the world's most valuable resource have some of the worst living conditions on earth. The Silent Mentor, because history whispers, we listen. Subscribe now, because the next secret is the one that explains everything